What's the best top coat for your custom leather shoes? We'll find out today. Welcome guys, if you're new here, I'm HJ and we'll be doing a top coat durability test. If this video is helpful, please like and subscribe. I'll be comparing Angelus, Alpha Flex, and Liquid Kicks top coats. I also want to add that I am not a sponsored artist, so I like to think that I have a little bit more of a non-biased opinion. So leather number 1 and then leather number 2, which is more of a raw leather. I'm going to go ahead and prep both leathers, and then I'm going to paint both of them with a few coats of white paint so you'll be able to see the scratches. So I'm prepping with 91% rubbing alcohol, but you can also prep with acetone. And then now that they are ready to go, I'm going to go ahead and paint them with white first. And so I can't get confused, I'm going to go ahead and label the different areas of the leather with which brand I'm using. So again, on the pieces of leather, I did do about 3 to 4 coats. And then for this test here, I'm trying to make it be as even as possible because I don't want to have too much of the top coat in one and not enough in the other. Now I did notice that both Angelus and LK are a little bit thinner. I would say Liquid Kicks, LK, is the thinnest of them all, with Alpha Flex being a thicker consistency for that top coat. Now, obviously, when you put it on, it's not super thick or anything like that, but I don't know if that has anything to do with how good or how bad a top coat can be.
24 hours later.
This isn't super scientific, but I kind of want to see if I can try to get it to see how much it'll stretch before breaking. So right now that's at like 12. And I guess this could also depend on how much I put in it. So again, I'm not too sure how scientific, but it seems to make sense in my mind. So right now that's at, okay, I want to say it was like around 18. It feels pretty decent, and you can see how it pulls apart. Kind of like bubblegum. I'm gonna go with the 4 coat from Angelus. So right now, already it's not, it's a little bit rubbery, but we'll just see. Okay, I'm actually pulling pretty hard right now, and it's not really pulling at all, so maybe that's a good thing, maybe not. I feel like it's just gonna snap. It pulls to like maybe 8. So again, I don't really know how scientific, and it's actually, oh, there it broke. I was seriously pulling it really hard. So, oh, here, watch. Now it's just ripping, but. So, the 4 coat did not pull as nicely. I would assume that means it's not as flexible. And then this is Alpha. So this seems to have more pull than Angelus, the 4 coat by Angelus, but not nearly as much stretch. See, just kind of breaking. I feel like the stretchier something is, you would think that it's better. LK is definitely the most flexible, and then it seems Alpha Flex is most flexible, and then the 4 coat. It's going to do a straight line across these about 10 times, so it will be a good comparison. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've been trying to push pretty hard into each one, and 10 times. Just gonna keep on going, so I'll speed up the video probably. So after 40 or 50 scratches, you can see how, it's either 40 or 50, I'm just trying to do it even. So you can see 4 coat has already started to scratch. Alpha Flex, I think there's, might be a slight one, but not really. And then nothing on LK for scratches. Actually, you can see a little bit here. Right now, Alpha Flex is actually winning. Okay, you actually do see little teeny stretches here. Alpha Flex is winning right now, and 4 coat is not winning at all. My fingers are starting to hurt, actually. I'm pressing really hard. Take a look. You can see how much I'm pressing my finger. Okay, just so you know, I'm actually trying to push hard. I know I need to lotion my hands. Anyways. So you can see there are little teeny cracks right here. Alpha Flex is doing well. 4 coat, not so much. I'm gonna get a different one just because my fingers are trying to hurt. can hear how much the Alpha Flex like scratches though. Oh look, it has started to scratch. So, oh, let me even it up. So you can actually see these look like little teeny micro tears. This and this, both the Alpha Flex and the 4-coat is like completely coming off, where LK just looks like little teeny bits. My hand is starting to hurt from doing this. So I'm going to read my captions. I then think it would be a good idea to use metal to scratch the surface. It was a bad idea. Using a fork was a bad idea. The material does not hold up. And again, using metal was a bad idea. Long story short, they all kind of fail, but if I had to pick which one does look best, I would say 4-coat looks slightly better than the other two. So I would not recommend ever buying shoes that have this raw leather type material because I don't think that it's appropriate for the paint or the top coat. But in this circumstance, I'll give the win to 4-coat slightly. If we just get rid of that bottom row that we did the scratch test on, it does look like 4-coat or maybe LK. Honestly, it's really tough. Let me know what you guys think. Which one wins this raw leather test? The top coats have had time to cure now. So yesterday's results, LK, I would say, is the winner, and over here, and then Alpha Flex, I would say, is the loser. But maybe giving it more time to cure will have an impact. Let's get ready for the scratch test. So I'm just gonna start over here. 10. Right now, they're all winning. Alpha Flex started to scratch right there. Angelus has just a little bit. It's kind of difficult to tell. Let me zoom in so you can see here, Alpha Flex, and then right there, kind of tough to see, is the 4-coat from Angelus. But let's keep on scratching. Yikes. So you can see how much I am pressing. And 4-coat isn't doing as hot. It still looks great. Yikes. Yikes. I then scratch a ton more, and I'm just going to fast forward it. This isn't super necessary. If you want to watch my other video, I'll go ahead and I'll link it below just so you can hear all of the wonderful commentary that I have. The obvious winner here is, well, I'll let you just look at this. Like, it's quite obvious. This, however, has mixed reviews, so no idea, honestly. They all kind of were crap. This one did slightly better, but then, like, if you look at it from, like, all of them, it looks like this one might have done better. I don't know. You guys can let me know who you think the obvious winner is. Also, using the little stretchy method, like, I think Liquid Kicks wins with that, followed by Alpha with the stretch test. And 4-coat isn't as good, not as stretchy. Last test I'll be doing is on a pair of Jordan 1 lows. I made sure not to do it on the tumbled leather because tumbled leather is trash. For both the top coat and the paint, I did about 3 to 4 thin layers. Right now it seems that Alpha Flex and 4-coat are about the same. Another thing I want to point out is listen to the sound. Listen to how different it sounds on the different finishers. Listen closer to as each top coat is being scratched. So 4-coat and Alpha Flex kind of have a very distinct sound, where Liquid Kicks, you can't really hear the scratches as much. Alpha Flex and 4-coat, it kind of sounds like you're taking your nail and scratching up against a wall, where Liquid Kicks is kind of like if you take your nail and scratch the glass. It's just a very different consistency. So Alpha Flex, Angelus, 4Coat, and LK. I think, again, the answer is obvious. I went over this like multiple times. Most of these were just 10 to 20 times and it already started to scratch. This I went over about 40 times until you do start to see it mark. Here's the moment you've all been waiting for. Here are the final results. Starting off with cost, if you were to pay for just 4 ounces. Liquid Kicks comes in at most expensive for $20 for a 4-ounce bottle. Angelus is right in the middle at $10.70 for 4 ounces. Alpha Flex is the most economical at $6.50 for 4 ounces. I will add that they only sell in 8-ounce bottles, so take that into consideration before you purchase anything. For the stretch and flexibility test, I did do a slow-mo so I could see exactly what it's at, and Liquid Kicks got 18 picas. Why did I use the pica measurement? So then I can do this.
Pika pika.
Angelus came in last with 8 picas, and Alpha Flex came in second to last with a 9 or a 10. It is really close on the Alpha Flex and Angelus, so overall, Liquid Kicks won it on this one with a huge number of 18, which is almost double everybody else's. Scratch test on the raw leather. Now, I did use a metal fork, which means everything failed, but if I had to give a winner based on that test alone, it seems like Angelus did better. With the soft leather, I did do one test before it had fully cured, and then I did another test later. In both cases, Liquid Kicks won. The last test I did was the scratch test on the Jordan 1 lows. I was really glad that I actually did a lot of different comparisons on different leather just to see which one truly is the most superior. Alpha Flex did a lot of scratches, 4Coat did a lot of scratches, but Liquid Kicks really did not scratch much at all, so I will say Liquid Kicks definitely won this one as well. All the brands that I used are linked below, and let me know what type of comparison video you would like to see next. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, happy creating.